You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
After more than 2 hours of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict in the Thomas Bonfanti murder trial. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. We have the details coming up. Also, authorities have identified the man that was killed in a shooting at a Vassalboro apartment building on Memorial Day, and 4 people were shot and killed at a Tulsa, Oklahoma hospital Wednesday. Details are coming up along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, so rain moved through yesterday or earlier this morning, I should say, and things have since started to calm down though, with the cloud cells starting to break up for most of us too, but areas further off toward the south and west, we'll have to watch for more chances for a few rumbles of thunder, or I should say a few rain showers coming up throughout the southwestern parts of the state. But we'll have to watch for more chances for a few rain showers coming up for us soon. Low temperatures so far this morning have been in the lower 40s across the viewing area, even upper 30s in Holton. But for us, it was a mild start to the day with temperatures that made it into the lower 50s overall. So it was a mild start across the viewing area. But moving forward for today, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky, watching for more rain chances arriving as we head towards Friday morning, especially through the weekend too, looking a little wet. The winds, not too bad out there, mainly getting at around 5 miles per hour. Most of us looking rather calm at this point. Not much wind to be worried about coming up anytime soon. So your forecast for the rest of today, middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall will be nice and calm. For tonight though, 47 degrees, partly cloudy with areas of fog, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. In your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, looking partly cloudy, temperatures making it into the middle 70s in a few areas. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. After more than 2 hours of deliberation, a jury found Thomas Bonfanti guilty of murder. Bonfanti was found guilty on all charges, which include murder, aggravated attempted murder, and elevated aggravated assault. We spoke with Assistant Attorney General Bud Ellis, who says the families of the murdered victims can finally get a sense of relief. Ellis says the evidence against Bonfanti was compelling, which includes testimony from Regina Hall Long, the only living victim. The prosecution says this trial has been out of the ordinary since the beginning, when Bonfanti acted as part of co-counsel by performing his own opening statements.
We've all done a lot of trials over the years, and this rates right up there in terms of twists and turns, and bizarre is the appropriate term. It's on his self-defense claims, right up there with his claims of accidental shooting. It's pure and utter nonsense.
There is no scheduled date for sentencing at this time, but we do know it will take place in Machias. Authorities have identified the man killed in a shooting at a Vassalboro apartment building on Memorial Day. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says the death of 37-year-old Jeremy Gilley of Vassalboro has been ruled a homicide. 30-year-old Joshua Bilodeau of Vassalboro was also shot and is recovering at a local hospital. Police are not identifying the third man who was involved but was not injured. Moss says the shooting took place just after 9 o'clock Monday morning. Several people were inside when an argument started between 2 of the building's residents. Police continue to investigate the circumstances of Gilley's death. No arrests have been made. An Eastport man is dead following a single vehicle crash in Perry. It happened Saturday near Route 1. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, deputies determined 25-year-old Rob Zuckerman was driving a vehicle south and lost control. The vehicle then went off the road, became airborne, and rolled several times. Zuckerman was thrown from the vehicle and had to be taken to Calais Community Hospital, where he died from his injuries. The crash is still under investigation. And a Robbinston man was also killed following a crash along Route 9 in Washington County. According to a release from the Washington County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened around 1:30 in the afternoon on Monday along Route 9 in Dayblock Township. Washington County Sheriff's deputies, Maine State Police, and other agencies responded. Authorities found a vehicle driven by 81-year-old George Small of Robbinston was heading toward Calais when the vehicle crossed the center line and collided with another vehicle driven by 41-year-old Evgeny Mednova of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Small's pickup hit a truck of the trailer driven by Mednova. His vehicle, authorities say Small was pronounced dead at the scene, While McNova was not injured, a portion of Route 9 had to be closed for several hours. An investigation into that crash is still ongoing. Police are investigating the discovery of a body in Bangor. According to Sergeant Wade Betters of the Bangor Police Department, a person was walking their dog when they discovered the body floating in the Kenduskeag Stream near the shoreline. Police have identified the man as 35-year-old Lance Bradford. Betters says it could be several weeks before they have a cause of death. 4 people were shot and killed at a Tulsa, Oklahoma hospital Wednesday. On Capitol Hill, bipartisan talks on gun reform legislation continue. ABC's Justin Finch is following the latest.
Tulsa, Oklahoma police called to respond to the nation's latest mass shooting.
We were shooting at the Natalie building, 6475 South Yellow.
We have confirmed he had 1 long gun, a rifle, and 1 handgun on the scene at the time.
Authorities say the shooting suspect killed at least 4 people and wounded several others at a building on the St. Francis Hospital campus Wednesday afternoon.
Some of them couldn't walk very well, but they were just kind of wobbling and stumbling, getting them out of there.
That gunman reportedly later taking his own life. The scene described as catastrophic. Police not revealing a motive, but a Tulsa City Council member tells a local news station the suspect may have been after a specific doctor.
It's absolutely tragic that it happens in any town. When it happens in our town, I'm just glad that our officers got in there as quickly as they did.
The Tulsa shooting follows 15 mass shootings reported over the holiday weekend and a week after 19 students and 2 teachers were shot to death at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Mourners there paying tribute to one of those teachers, Ava Mireles.
We know in our hearts that, she's a hero, not only here in Uvalde, but throughout the whole community, and we know that for a fact.
The Uvalde shootings came just more than 2 weeks after 10 black people were shot and killed at a Buffalo, New York supermarket. Back-to-back deadly shootings putting more pressure on Capitol Hill to pass gun legislation. Senate Democrat Chris Murphy tweeting Wednesday that there's growing momentum to get something done after 9 senators held a second bipartisan virtual meeting on new gun policy reforms. Those Senate talks are largely focused on consensus, measures that can win support from Democrats and Republicans. Among their considerations, red flag warnings, expanding background checks, school security funding, and mental health resources.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, Maine Maritime Academy's new training vessel will arrive at its home port in 2024. And there will be something new about the ship. When we return, we'll explain. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos when I was hit by a speeding driver. Lowry and Associates started working for me for no money up front. I never paid a penny out of pocket, and they settled my case for over $165,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Carol Harper and Associates Incorporated, your one source for your Medicare and long-term care insurance planning. Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, a family-friendly tattoo and art shop in Ellsworth with well-rounded artists and a fun atmosphere. And Graffiti Donuts, a donut-centric dessert location offering fresh-made donuts, donut hole nachos, donut sundaes, milkshakes, and much more. Open 7 days a week.
The defendant was dating your daughter for a while.
These parents approved of the new boyfriend.
She said to you, Gage and I would like to go to Florida. Could we use your timeshare?
Right. We thought him to be a nice young man and very respectful to us.
But their opinion changed.
The intent was for him to pay me back.
For him to pay you back for the whole thing? What happened here is they broke up and you want money from him.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 5, only on ABC 7. This week, we'll have you hooked.
Salmon, snapper,
Marlin, trout.
It's gone fishing week.
Nice. And we found some real pros.
fly fishing down in Patagonia, deep sea fishing in Costa Rica, of course, salmon fishing in Alaska.
Wow, I have 2 goldfish.
Plus,
Grew up fishing with my dad.
Vanna shares some very fun fishing memories with you.
I was bringing in a really big one.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
$850 relief checks will begin arriving in Mainers' mailboxes next week. Governor Janet Mills announced her administration began sending out the first round of 5,000 checks on Wednesday. 200,000 checks will be sent out each week after that. The vast majority of qualifying people who have already filed their 2021 Maine tax return are expected to receive their check by mid-July. An estimated 858,000 Maine people are expected to benefit from the relief program. The average Maine family will receive $1,700 in relief money. In a statement, Governor Mills said, quote, "The budgets of so many hard-working Maine people have been stretched to the brink by inflation, and while we cannot control inflation or global markets, we can make sure that Maine people have what they need to grapple with these rising costs. The relief money comes from a state budget surplus." Home appreciation remains on the rise in Bangor. Last night, Bangor City Council discussed the key issue facing the city right now. Bangor City Assessor Philip Drew says his sale ratio study found that properties bought between July 2020 and June 2021 went up 8% in value. That includes residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Drew says he does not see the rate on properties going down anytime soon. If homeowners would like to see their property assessed for its current value, visit bangormaine.gov/assessing. Now with Thursday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The Labor Department says there were 11.4 million job openings at the end of April, an historic high. There are nearly 2 jobs for every person looking for work. Sheryl Sandberg, who served as chief operating officer at Facebook for 14 years, has announced she'll be stepping down this fall. She will keep her seat on the board of Meta. The national average for a gallon of regular gas is now up to $4.67 a gallon, according to AAA. That's $1.63 more than a year ago. In California, the average is $6.19 a gallon, a sign of things to come. And GM says by 2030, every new Buick sold in North America will be an electric vehicle. The first of the all-electric Buicks will be out in 2024. I'm Leo Jonathan with Thursday's Business on ABC 7.
Maine Maritime Academy's new training vessel will bear the designation of Castine, Maine as its home port. The ship, named the State of Maine, is set to arrive in Castine in the fall of 2024. According to a release from Senator Susan Collins, the U.S. Maritime Administration had initially proposed labeling all new training vessels for state maritime academies as hailing from Norfolk, Virginia. Collins, the ranking member of the Transportation Appropriations Committee, pushed back against the policy and successfully convinced the agency to reconsider.
Just a deep sense of pride of the rich maritime heritage of Maine, of this state, what I would say the most mariner salty state in the United States of America.
MMA President Jerry Paul says Castine's history of producing ships dates back to nearly 4 centuries ago. Coming up, with summer approaching, AAA is reminding parents to have a serious talk with their teens about the 100 deadliest days of summer. We'll be right back.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5384 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Maine is full of hidden gems, places off the beaten path, often inaccessible to many. Our offices, however, are accessible to all. We're the law offices of Joe Bornstein, and often it's easier if we come to you. From hospital rooms to living rooms, we've met over 25,000 injured and disabled Mainers in locations convenient to them. We're Maine lawyers working for Maine people and Maine people only since 1974. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home? Here with At Home FAB and KBF, we offer a great selection of appliances, furniture, bedding, cabinetry, flooring, and more. We have a friendly, welcoming environment and will work with you every step of the way from start to finish. We service our merchandise. Any fixes or repairs, we can do that too. Our professional team has more than 50 years of experience and is here to help. Stop in and ask about our Synchrony 12 months financing with no interest and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Fathers play a special role in people's lives, and this Father's Day, ABC7 and Fox 22 want to help you show your dad how much he is appreciated with a special Father's Day giveaway. We're giving away a $50 gift certificate from Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, a $50 gift card from R&K Variety in Hamden, and a $50 gift card from Body Graphics Studio in Hamden. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, Fox ABC Maine, and like and comment.
Maine CDC reported earlier this week one child has died from influenza. Dr. Jonathan Wood is a pediatric ICU specialist at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. He says doing simple things like covering your nose and mouth and washing your hands are the best solutions to prevent the spread of flu. Wood says during COVID protocols such as masking and distancing, no child entered his ICU at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center, and no deaths were reported among children in Maine during 2020.
The point being that these simple things actually work. We know that we knew it before, but now we've actually done this massive worldwide experiment.
He says it's not uncommon for young kids to catch the flu and experience extreme symptoms. Wood says if over-the-counter medication does not work, call your doctor and ask for help. Wood says the first line of defense against getting the flu is vaccination. Yesterday marked the first day people can no longer buy flavored tobacco products in Brunswick and Portland. New ordinances banning the sale of tobacco products went into effect. Brunswick and Portland both voted unanimously earlier this year to pass their bans. The Bangor City Council was the first community to pass an ordinance in the fall of 2021. However, the ban was repealed due to a procedural error where the proper notice was not provided to impacted businesses. B.J. McAllister of Flavor Hooks Kids Maine says that marketing of these flavored products is leading more children to addiction. He says he hopes the Bangor City Council will begin to work on a new ordinance soon. Marijuana's effect on the body and brain is still being studied. While we know it can affect memory and attention, researchers say it may also affect a person's risk of having a stroke. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
Marijuana is a commonly used drug that's still federally illegal. Marijuana use has already been linked to higher risk of first-time stroke, possibly by damaging heart and blood vessels. But a recent study suggests young users are also at higher risk for a recurrent stroke. Researchers from Mercy Fitzgerald Hospital in Pennsylvania said studying marijuana risks is important because of how common its usage has become in young adults. They found young adults with active marijuana use disorder were almost 50% more likely to have a recurrent stroke than those who were not regular users. They also found males, young black or white adults, and people living in low-income neighborhoods had the highest numbers of cannabis use disorder. And young adults ages 18 to 44 with cannabis dependency were also less likely to have high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol, which are usual stroke risk factors in older adults. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch.
With the summer season approaching, more people are hitting the roads. AAA is reminding parents to have a serious talk with their teens as we head into the 100 deadliest days of summer. Sierra Jordan explains.
The summertime season is here and known to be the most dangerous time of the year to travel on the roads.
The 100 deadliest days is that period of time between Memorial Day and Labor Day when teen driver fatal crashes spike.
Moody says during the 100 deadliest days, they've seen a 17% increase in teen crashes per day.
We have teens who are out of school, new drivers and experienced drivers are getting their required driving hours. There's more people on the road. The tourists are coming in. So just a lot more traffic.
Stewart says teenagers between the ages of 15 and 20 are 3 times more likely to be involved in a crash than adults.
Today, our fatalities since January 1st are at 58, and they were at 48 this time last year. So about a 20% increase over this time last year.
60% of teens who are involved in crashes are not wearing one of these. Moody says buckling your seatbelt is one of the easiest ways to survive a crash.
It helps you ride down the forces of the crash. It works with the vehicle's occupant protection system, so the airbag, the crumple zones, everything works together. And if you're not buckled in, you're not going to be in that protected area of the vehicle.
AAA, along with the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety, stress for teens to crack down on distracted driving. Moody says slowing down and not using a cell phone while behind the wheel are ways to avoid a trip to the emergency room. He says parents are the best line of defense to keep everyone safe behind the wheel.
Take a moment to talk about the risks out there, the experiences that you've had, and try to encourage your teen to think twice before doing something risky.
I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have lots of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on ABC 7.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by the Acadia Shops, offering quality products to help you enjoy your trip to Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park. You'll find the best Maine-crafted products here. Graffiti Donuts, a donut-centric dessert location, offering fresh-made donuts, donut hole nachos, donut sundaes, milkshakes, and much more. Open 7 days a week. And the Loft Raw Bar and Seafood Lounge offers a contemporary craft seafood experience, including a hyper-local daily oyster selection. Open daily, open late.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
I never paid Lowry & Associates a penny out of my pocket. They came to the hospital, got my medical bills paid, and got me $350,000.
We win for you.
Welcome back. Here's a look at some upbeat stories making headlines today.
He's a real-life Top Gun. Dave Berkey was in the very first Top Gun class, and he worked on the set of the original Top Gun movie. He calls it all Hollywood stuff, but he says he thinks people still need to see the movies because it could inspire someone to become a fighter pilot. A new discovery from the ancient Mayan civilization. Archaeologists have uncovered a stucco stone head sculpture of a Mayan maize god in southern Mexico. They say it's about 1,300 years old. It was found during restoration efforts at the archaeological site of Palenque Palace. Researchers say the sculpture was part of an offering to the gods. And a zoo in Caracas, Venezuela, is now home to 3 young white lions. The female and 2 males are all about 2 years old. They're originally from South Africa, and they went to a zoo in the Czech Republic before ending up in Caracas. They'll stay in quarantine until they're well enough to settle into their new home. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Governor Mills signed a proclamation declaring June as Maine Dairy Month. Dylan Holloway has more on the governor's dairy decree.
Therefore, I, Janet T. Mills, Governor of the great state of Maine, do hereby proclaim June 2022 as Dairy Month.
On Thursday, Governor Janet Mills invited Maine dairy farmers and product producers to the Blaine House to celebrate her signing of the Maine Dairy Month proclamation. During the celebration, Mills visited with farmers and producers from the Dairy Industry Association, the Maine Dairy and Nutrition Council, and the Maine Cheese Guild, and of course tried some of the cheeses herself. Mills, the granddaughter of an Aroostook County potato farmer, says dairy farmers are a resilient group who are at the heart of the agricultural industry.
These last few years have been tough for everybody, and I know you still face challenges, and my administration is committed to working with you with the federal government and with every farm in Maine to support Maine's agricultural community.
Mills urged all citizens to support Maine's dairy farmers and dairy products. Kennebec Cheesery owner Gene Kuhn says the support of both the community and the government is crucial to sustaining the industry.
The farmers are having a hard time, and cheesemakers too, so we've been trying to encourage people to buy local and support the farmers.
Reporting from the Blaine House in Augusta, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All righty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. We had rain that moved through earlier this morning, and that has since moved out of here. The clouds breaking up too. We'll see a decent amount of sunshine this afternoon with more clouds further off towards the south and west. And we have this front to thank for that, though. Here's that front right about in here. It's going to be tracking off towards the east. There's kind of that triple point right there, too, where a lot of the fronts are meeting between the occluded front to the north, the stationary front towards south, and a cold front further off towards the south and west. What does this equal for us? Temperatures that might drop a little bit, and of course rain chances that will be on the way soon as well. Look at the wave heights. They're very low right now, and we have things looking calm to think for that, though. There's no winds out there, so wave heights only at about a foot right now, and of course water temperatures only in the lower to middle 50s at this point. So things are looking rather stable out there. Those temperatures will begin to rise soon. So if you're heading out into the ocean, a little bit cool. So please be careful if you do head out there. We don't need anyone getting hypothermia. Your UV index forecast for today is at a 7. That's still high out there. So a burn time of around 30 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be needed, though, so we can avoid getting a bad sunburn. But moving forward, our average high is 71 degrees. We'll be in the middle 70s today, getting a few degrees above average. Lower to middle 60s on the way Friday and Saturday, upper 60s by Sunday. The Monday, Tuesday, and the Wednesday back into the lower 70s. Not too bad for this time of the year. So futurecast moving forward, the clouds are getting out of here now. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. More clouds on the way tonight as we watch the rain chances moving in, especially as we head towards your Friday, though. Plenty of rain in a few areas. We'll keep this rolling for the next few days before things start to taper off a little bit as we head towards next week, and especially by Saturday morning, watching out for a little bit of fog that may try to mix in with some of the clouds. How much rain? We're going to run this all the way through the weekend, looking like maybe a half an inch or so in a few areas, maybe some higher amounts further off toward the north, so everyone has a chance at least at a little bit of precipitation. So your forecast for today, middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall will be nice and calm. For tonight, partly cloudy, areas of fog in a few areas, lows in the upper 40s, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, 63 degrees, rain likely in a few areas, and a southeast breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Already your Scott's Recreation extended forecast, thunderstorm chances on Saturday with highs in the middle 60s, upper 60s on Sunday with a small chance for rain, and a small chance of rain again on Monday, highs in the lower 70s.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon and enjoy that sunshine.
It's finals time. Time to take it. Take your place in history. Take what you came for and watch someone take it from you. Everything is on the line, and greatness is for the taking.
You're watching ABC.